Now, coming to the Allied and Health Professions Act 2018, what does this bill or act say? So the act is yet to come. It's not in there. So we are listing the interpretations of this bill, which has not yet been passed by Parliament to become an act. When the bill will be passed, it will be called an act. Therefore, this is a proposed law. There might be some changes in the final act, which we are not aware of. Expected time for enactment, maybe it may take next few sessions of Parliament. So consider the upcoming information as almost accurate, because there may or may not be changes from what we know already. Purpose was primarily to have a regulation, maintenance, standard of education and service, and of the allied and healthcare professions, meaning for optometrists, how optometrists will work, and how will the educational institutions work, how will the control of profession go. So all this will be there under this regulation. So allied has been defined here. Allied health professional is to support. This is a big definition. We will not read this out fully, but yes, they are the support staff. And at the bottom, we see they have an education not less than 2000 hours of education before they become allied health professionals. But optometry is being classified as healthcare profession, not as allied. Although, so the allied and health professionals bill. So it's for allied and for health professional. It's the same bill. That's why both have to be covered in this little talk. So healthcare professional, when defined, it talks of these as two important aspects in definition. He or she studies, advises, researches, supervises, or provides preventive, curative, and rehabilitative, therapeutic, whatever professional health services. And here, the education is not less than 3,000. Here we are. The allied had 2,000 hours. And now how much education? It says 3,600. So 2,000 hours of education before one is an allied professional, and for healthcare professional, 3,600 hours. That much education usually will be there in a degree course anyways. So Ophthalmic Sciences professional, this is where we will be classified. Ophthalmic Sciences primarily, and under that will come optometry and ophthalmic assistant or ophthalmic officers as two separate categories. One will be allied, other will be health, and they will come under ophthalmic sciences professionals. And what their main role will be, they will look after the disorders of visual system limited in scope and complexity as performed by a medical doctor, having optometrists with a minimum of 4 years of baccalaureate degree, and ophthalmic assistants with minimum of 2 years of diploma program in ophthalmic sciences. So we have two different codings for this. Coding which will be used here is International Standard Classification of Occupations, which is under ILO also. So optometry is classified as number 2267 coding, ISCO code, and ophthalmic assistant 3256. For a very simple understanding, this 2267, when it is 22, it's usually independent. When it is 32 starting, it is under supervision or a supportive role. So optometrist is expected to be in an independent slot. So the Central Council will be working hard to have development and maintenance of the standards of delivery of service and education both. This is what the Central Council will do, and the whole work will then be delegated to the State Council. What will the State Council do? They will work towards achieving the purpose of Central Council. They'll enforce the professional conduct, ensure minimum standard of education, and ensure uniform entry examination with common counseling. They will also have a uniform exit or licensing examination for everyone who passes out. So this is what every state council in their own state will do, and all will be under the apex of the Central Council. State Council will also inspect the institutions. They will ensure compliance of directives as by the Central Council, and will perform such other functions as may be trusted to it by the state government or by the central council, whatever. They will so all functioning will be done by the state council. Central council will be only a central controlling body. There will be a register in which every member or every qualified person will be enrolled. State register will be a public document, and the central register will get populated from the data given by the state, and both will be public documents. So if they're accessible like online or on internet, wherever, you'll find the list of all qualified people in that register. Central register will be having will be populated from state register, so they'll be state-wise same as a combined consolidated list in the central. So name in register of a person will be entered when he fulfills this condition, that he applies for it, he pays the prescribed fee and holds the recognized of allied and health professional qualification. Every person as above who offers his services on or before the commencement of the act will also be added, but within 2 years of commencement, one will have to register if he is already existing in that capacity. Renewal will be done every 5 years is what is proposed. Now let us not take this very lightly. AHP Act grants adequate powers to the council to enforce the provisions of the act. So this particular council is going to be very, very powerful council. So if someone is not registered and falsely says, oh, I am registered, the penalty will be 50,000 rupees, which is the first time. And if he does it again, then there can be imprisonment up to 6 months also, and fine can go up to 1 lakh rupees. So the complaint will be given to the council by anybody, and council will request the central or state government to have a case against the person who has defaulted. No one can go directly to the court and say, oh, this man did not do my work. They'll have to go through the council route. And a very senior magistrate will be the minimum level of a law officer who will look after this complaint. No civil courts are going to have jurisdiction. As I said, only through the council it can go. And point is, government cannot be sued for anything which is done in good faith. Government thought that you have made a mistake and they put a case against you, and later it was found, no, that was a false case. And you cannot sue the government for having put in a false case because they did it in a good faith. That's what I am saying. This particular law will have a lot of teeth. We'll have to be treading carefully and with all ethics up. Now, overriding effect, if there has been any other law earlier which said something else, this law supersedes that. If both laws are saying not very compatible statement, then what this new law says will be accepted and not the older one. So bridge between bill and act, from bill to act is when the parliament passes it. Thanks to our leaders who drafted it and then systematically approached the comment. They have had meetings with the parliamentary committees. We hope that final act will be acceptable to all, that is to professionals, society, government, international committee, and to public at large. But then something happened very recently. It was unexpected. In the parliament, in September 2020 session, Honorable Health Minister withdrew this bill 2018 and instantly introduced AHP Bill 2020. This new bill is now in process and practically it is same as 2018, but final act is unknown. The original bill has been withdrawn and a new bill introduced, but we are hopeful that something good will come up. Having discussed the AHP bill, let us discuss the scope of practice. So far in India, use of drugs is not permitted to optometrists. We should have drugless and non-invasive practice. Usually law is same for drug, whether it is systemically taken or it is put in topically or locally, as we call it. We can go ahead and do non-contact tonometry independently, but or have imaging with non-magnetic fundus imaging, but we cannot perform application tonometry independently because we need to put a local anesthetic. So optometrist can be sued under Consumer Protection Act, yes, for negligence or failure. And why do these issues crop up? We go ahead, example of common mistakes that we make. While fitting contact lenses, we think eye is a standalone platform. Here is the eye given to me and I'm fitting a contact. No, there's a human body attached to it. And we have to look at other aspects, any systemic effects on the eye, intraocular pressure, binocular vision, visual fields. We must do ophthalmoscopy. We must see the diabetic.